All right, class, we are into section 9.7, Volume of Prisms. So now, the last sections we talked about surface area. So let's compare length, or I'd say distance, area, and volume. So distance is a length. It's the amount of distance or length between 2 points. That is distance. It's a straight path between 2 points. It's like a line segment. It has no thickness. It has no height. It has no depth. It has only one measurement from one point to another. That is distance. The next thing we learned about was area. Area is number of squares, number of square units to fill a space. So if we have, say, a rectangular space, we want to find out how many square units fill that space. So it might look something like this. And we would calculate how many square units fill out that space. And let's say this is in units. This is squared units. Squared units means that each one of the square units is a 1 by 1 square. And we want to, area tells me how many 1 by 1 square units can fill this region. That's area. Now volume is talking about cubic units. I'll write this. Cubic units. So if we have a rectangular prism, so we have a rectangular prism. We will find out how many cubic units fit in that space. So a cubic unit would be a cube that is 1 by 1 by 1. That's 1 cubic unit. So we want to know how many cubic units are going to fill a three-dimensional space. That's what volume is. So let's say we had this split up like this. So there you can see kind of an example of cubes filling a space. Area is squares filling a flat surface region, and distance is just a length between 2 points, or length is a distance between 2 points. All right, so volume of prisms. First, going back to what prisms are, prisms have 2 congruent bases. So a triangular prism is a prism that has 2 triangle bases, and those 2 triangle bases are congruent. A rectangular prism are 2 rectangle bases that are congruent. So a triangular prism might look like this. So there's a triangular prism where you can see the 2 bases are congruent triangles, and then each one of the edges are connected by equal lengths. That is called the height. And then a rectangular prism might look like this. There's a rectangular prism. You can see the top and the bottom are rectangles, and then it has a height. So those are prisms. The formula for the volume of a prism is very simple. The volume of a prism is B times H, capital B. B represents the area of the base, the area of just one of the bases. So remember, a prism has two bases, has a top and a bottom, top and a bottom. Those are two bases. You just need to find the area of one of those, and then multiply it by H, which is the height. All right, so let's do an example. Let's say we have a triangle, looks like this. All right, so this is a triangular prism. We want to find the volume of this, and the information that's given is this. This edge right here is 10 meters. This distance from the point straight down is 3 meters. And then this edge from here to here is 8 meters. All right, so now remember, volume, we want to find the volume. Volume equals the area of the base times the height. So the base are these two triangles. Notice the two ends are the bases. It doesn't have to be top and bottom. Those are the two bases. They're congruent, opposite sides. We need to find the area of this. What's the area of a triangle? Well, the area of the triangle, the area of this triangle is 1/2 the base times the height. The base, in this case, being the base of the triangle. Now, of the triangle, just the triangle, the base is 8. And the height is this point distance right here, from the top point to the bottom side. That is a length of 3. And then this H is referring to the height of the prism, the whole thing. So the height is really the distance between the two bases. So if I look here, the distance from this base to this base is the 10 meters. So H is going to be 10. Now remember the difference. B is the area of the base. So find the area of the base. H is the height of the figure, or you'd say the distance between the bases. All right, now we just calculate. This ends up being 8 times 3 is 24 over 2. 2 goes into 24. 12 times 10, 120. Now volume, remember, is cubic units. So in this case, we're talking about meters. So my volume is going to be in cubic meters. So we're going to write M with a cube right there. Cubic meters.